three or four points I think have really emerged today. There's been a very strong focus on what kind of city do we really want London to be, and how do we get behind a proposition around that, which is slightly different from the vision of how much growth we have or which sectors go where. There's been another very strong focus today on how the rest of the UK and London relate to each other, and in particularly whether some of London's solutions might lie outside of London, both in the greater southeast, but also London's solutions in moving to a more balanced, more polycentric system of cities in the UK. And we've also, of course, had the conversation about how does devolution aid that process, and can we encourage it from that point of view. Then we've had a very long conversation about a series of challenges that London faces. And people have been a combination of determined in the way that Richard was describing, but also feeling very challenged by the current sort of toolbox. And then I think what this last session has done is to really open up our minds again. On the one hand, people have talked about the most incredible tools and systems and instruments that have become available. On the other hand, I think the last set of points really remind us that technology drives change in the way we think as well. And from that point of view, there's perhaps some optimism at the end of the day that technology will lead us into another way of thinking about the reforms that are necessary at the policy level, at the government level and everything else, to have a city that's more ready to make the most of its unique DNA, coupled with this sort of unique science that's emerging. So that's as near as I can get, I think, to a summary. Let's just say, if we may, on behalf of everyone who's been here today, thank you to the Base London organisers for everything that's been done. I want to say thank you to the advisory board. You've seen many of them on the screen during the day. Many of them are here in the room and indeed on the panel. Dame Fiona Wolf, as the chair of that group, has spent a lot of time helping the team to develop the conference. We're grateful to them. And also a very big thank you then to all of the sponsors once again, especially the platinum sponsor, Carillion Community Services, who've done a marvellous job in making this possible.